So here's where we left off. And this is the one we have on deck. Turn this off. Okay. So this is looking cool. I wasn't too sure about the snake silhouette, but I was kind of thinking about it, and it actually does make sense to have that instead of the blood. I wonder if I could have it and the blood. Maybe if the blood was up here. Maybe mess with that a little bit. Today's another day where I just don't have 1,000 hours to spend as much of my time on this as I would prefer. Yeah, that blood, if it's there, it's going to cause a problem. Maybe I can sort of dissect. I'm potentially worried about the idea that if I make it gory, the it almost looks too much like smoke. Yeah. Drop the blood. I think it reads well enough at a distance, too. What I think I should do, however, is it's interesting. Like, I'm tempted to add, like, ooh, should I do what I always do and throw a bunch of smoke and steam in the background? I don't feel like I want to do that. I feel like I usually do too much of that. And I feel like it's reading really good as it is. So seeing as how even if I did nothing, it'll probably look this good, basically, when it's done. Because I think this looks good. I think it's sufficiently in the realm of set it aside for now. Okay, yeah. This is what it looks like when I turn on some of the shadows and tweak it. I mean, God, it's fucking done already. If I hadn't just posted something yesterday, I would post this again today. So this needs to be set aside. We need to move on to this one. Okay. That's the mission. No one to fold them. Okay, this one will it be simpler, or will it be even more challenging than any of them? This is tricky. For this, we need to, let's refresh our original concept here. In the Zelda games, when Link is nearly defeated, the fairies in a bottle that he carries with him resurrect him basically from death, and that's sort of the exchange I'm presenting here. Is Link is nearly dead, defeated under the under the burning embers of the defeated monster he's just destroyed, but, you know, it's taking him down with him. And with his last bits of strength, he pops open a fairy bottle, who casually, you know, has a nice stretch before she saves the day. And so, I don't know, is it cute? Is it cringe? I don't know. For me, I think it's fun. There's a lot of interesting things happening. A lot of different light sources, flames, fire, bits of glowing ember glowing from the bottle. Faerie herself is her own light source, so let's start with that. She'll have a... Are you ready for it? Kind of soft blue light that is going to be appropriate here. But I know I'm defaulting to that constantly. And I'm aware. I think it makes sense for now to have a what can I do to make her look brighter and bluer? This is temporary coloring, just something that is there to have an effect. We can do a glowy version too. Okay. It's a decent start. Something to anchor our minds that this thing is giving off light, so we can believe the rest of it that still needs to happen. Link here is looking a little befuddled. I don't know if I would have drawn him this way. Not sure if I really want to make art changes at this point, but trying to sort of make him look almost unconscious. It's been interesting putting stuff online and then seeing people react and being, you know, people don't necessarily, what I think would be obvious is not something people, not necessarily something the rest of the world sees. Looking a little too... Yeah, I think we can have a... Let's have a sexier link than this. Just a little bit more structure. Nothing to overdo it. He's fallen over, so we can have some gravity on his face. All right. There's some marks here that sort of hedging, trying to sculpt and shade with line at the same time, but trying to carry that through into the coloring phase is going to hinder us a bit, I think. And better just to bite the bullet and make a decision at this point. Might as well flip the canvas, make sure things aren't looking crazy. Yeah, that looks okay. if not incredibly unrealistic. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do to, you know, we're gonna make mistakes and it's okay. It's a big learning journey for me. Today is already off to a great start, relatively speaking. I had I'm getting up early now without an alarm clock, and have been for a while, where I'm naturally awake by 4. Today I got up at 3 and did some chores, and then did yoga, and then took the trash out, then made coffee, and now I'm doing this. And it's 6:30 now, which means my kids will start getting up in like 15 minutes, but my wife has the day off today, so today I can beg off a little bit more time to do this. This is tricky and new for me to, at least as far as this project, to have the light source so close to his face like this. It's interesting. Let's not forget we have the color flat master layer that I can use to select out all the areas that actually have his skin tone. Now go back. Now we can paint in those little sections in and around his hair. It's interesting to feel how the forms on the face are going to receive that light, how they react to each other. Forces you to think sculpturally about the light, which is really tricky. And Link is in his underwear here because reasons. There are any number of scenarios, but I wanted it it wouldn't do to have him super decked out in like armor and stuff. Better, I think, to show him at a heightened state of vulnerability. Yeah, it was interesting to post on Reddit and see, get a different flavor of communities differ from each other. You know, when I started on Twitch, and you know, people are very supportive here. So I was like, cool, I'll post to other platforms and it'll be the same. And it's not the same. There's no reason for it to be the same, but it's interesting to see what's different and then think about why that would be. I'm not sure why, but it's definitely clear that in some spaces, people are either used to feeling overexposed to stuff they prefer not to see, or they're used to arguing with strangers about what is or what isn't right. They can be sensitive to newcomers in their community. It's all basically a symptom of people being defensive. But you know what? I come in peace. Except for these bots. Bots gotta go. About where's the light hitting? so close up to his face that on this one, I'm going to have to bring in some actual portraiture painting techniques too. I think I'll have to actually probably do stuff like make his nose redder and his lips pinker. Stuff I wouldn't normally bother with at a distance of, like, the one with the horse. But in this case, I think it will help it a bit. A little too bright. Feels okay for now. Ooh, I like this track. Link's face will be dirty, grimy, sweaty. You know, he might even have a tear in his eye. No scruff on Link, but one day I do want to do Old Man Link. I think that could be fun. All the different places there could be a highlight. You can go so many different places. Trick is to not overdo it. Now, how I do that, I don't know. Oh, I like this song too. Now, beyond the Faerie, there will be all this great light from the fire and the burning embers all around. Be really tricky to pull it off, but that's what I'm going for. As always, highlight here, the nape. And then less so, but definitely some fingers, fingertips. Feeling too bad about this. Jules not reminding me to save. Every time I start a new piece, I'm getting a little bit bolder with how I'm calculating the light. A little more comfortable going a little bit further. It's just really helpful for me to get as much done with establishing the range I'm willing to go boulder all at once, so that when I come back to this, I'm not thinking more timidly. You know, if I'm feeling bold, then let's be as bold as we can at the beginning. This glass rendering, I have no idea how to do it. So that's gonna be a really fun, not fun challenge. To me, it feels like rendering glass is like its own special effect. Sort of interesting corks can be pretty shiny, pretty greasy. Let's try that. Okay, now the monster, the boss, the defeated boss, don't necessarily want a bunch of the Faerie's light to be on that. So let's be subtle. There's got to be some interaction there. I like this playlist. It's pretty good. Just coming back to it with things somewhat treated will help me. Well begun is half done, as they say. Just get the slightest bit of a head start. Something that feels like the space is becoming real. It'll make a big difference next time I come back to it. Like a crossword that someone has already filled out half the answers to, but then you get to come in and finish it and take all the credit. Okay. That's good. Quick thumbnail and we're done. Okay. Oop, not that one. Thanks for joining. Adios.